Hi guys, so I'm here to talk about the things that I've learned about decluttering. You know that I've been so obsessed with like organizing everything that I even get to a point where I would have to buy organizers, where I would buy storage boxes and shelves and everything. I put everything together, the miscellaneous stuff, and there's discipline behind it because with the kind of job that I have, in the office where I'm often, solving problems here and there. I think that's the main reason why they hired me is because I need to solve a lot of problems. And it's difficult to be in the office on a daily basis when you think about nothing but trying to pull someone else's ass off the fire because the company is going to deteriorate it if you don't do anything about it. And that's the challenge that I have with work. But I'm not here to talk about what I do at work. I'm here to talk about how this kind of work and the stress that I get out of it, which is a completely different creature, has brought me to minimalism and to cluttering, having a clutter-free life. When I say clutter-free, it doesn't only focus on the way I organize things or when I throw things that don't spark joy in my life anymore. It also has a lot to do with the mind desires the desires of getting what you need versus what you want. For example, I've given away most of my clothes either to Athelina or to whatever, or maybe I threw away those that I think look like rug already. I gave them away already because number one, when you have too many clothes in your closet, every morning you wake up, you take a shower, you prepare for work, you think about so many things already, and you don't want to add that up to the list of things that you need to think about. And by that I mean what clothes to wear. For example, I don't even think about what I'm going to be wearing because I've designed my closet. If you look at my closet, I've designed it and I've instructed Atelina that whenever she puts something in there, it has to be on the right side because because the discipline there is that it becomes a carousel. So all of the things on the left side are the ones that I need to wear first until it goes on and on and on and on. So everything, I always get clothes to wear beginning on the left. Now if I don't like it, if I skip that particular cloth, for example, I have a polo that I don't want to wear and I've skipped it 5 times the whole week, that means I don't want to wear it anymore. And especially if I don't have any reason why I shouldn't wear it, or I don't feel like wearing it, because it simply means that you're not happy with that clothes anymore. So what is that clothes still doing in your closet if you're not going to wear it anyway, and if you don't want people to see you wear it? That discipline that you carousel your clothes is actually very good practice to know what is still valuable for you and what you think looks good on you. And that applies to everything. It's not just with your closet. I noticed that when I was cleaning up, we have so many like Corel pots and pans and whatever kitchen utensils and equipment, mga lutuan and everything. You displayed them. Mama displayed them there at the bottom of the shelf. Why? Why would you want to display that? Diba? I really encourage everybody to keep the home organized because when people visit your place, or actually even if people don't visit place, your home is a reflection of your soul. It's a reflection of your mind. If your home is cluttered, that means you don't have a peaceful mind. If your home is cluttered, that means that there's just so much things going on and there's always a conflict, some sort of revolution going on in your home, and that's not good. That's why I wanted to extend what I've learned throughout the studying, and I don't just do this because suddenly I wake up and I want to organize this and I want to organize. It's a whole process of getting to know yourself better because when you begin to go to the monster in your closet, and by monster in your closet I mean your stuff. It could be your makeup, it could be your underwear, it could be your old clothes, books, papers, and whatever kind of material things. It's a monster if you don't want to look at it, if you don't want to sort it out, because you always find reasons and excuses not to do it. But the moment that you actually get into it, it's a clear indication of your being ready, mature enough, and brave. The moment that you start sorting and sifting through all of your material, you realize one important thing. You realize what is valuable. You realize that, for example, you have a set of clothes, and then you realize that you cannot let go of these things because these are gifted for you. These are presents for your birthday or for whatever special occasion. And you realize now, okay, for me pala, what's most sentimental are the ones that are given to me. And in that case, that's what happened to me because most of the clothes that I kept are actually presents for whatever occasion. Wallets, it could be cups, mugs, it could be whatever book and everything, all the ones that I threw away are the ones that I personally bought. Not because I don't value them, but because they've lost sentimental value over time. And the ones that are present, the ones that are gifted for me, are the ones that I kept because it's still alive with sentimental value. And I want you to do the same because it may not appear as apparent in my life, but it's actually life changing. Because then you rediscover yourself, what you want, what makes you happy, what doesn't suit your personality anymore. The only currency that we have when we leave is that we is changing. Change is the only thing that's constant. Every day we could be a different person. After a year or two, what's valuable for us now may not be as valuable next year or the following year, because it's just like any other relationship that you have with anybody. When you have a friend over time and you don't see each other as often, that also applies to material things. If you don't often use it, if you don't often see it, if you don't, that's also another thing about organization. I don't want things to be seen all the time there in the living area, in the kitchen. You don't have to display things that are not used on a daily regular enough basis. We have cabinets to keep them there, but the cabinets, the way you store them in the cabinets, you also have to make sure that they're visible, because like I always say, anything that you cannot see does not exist unless you have like sobrang malalim, in-depth cabinets like the one that we have here. There's just one particular cabinet there that goes all the way to the back, and I put all the corals in there because the corals, we don't even use that. Probably we will use it at a very special occasion, and when all the corals that we're currently using just got broken to pieces, maybe we will open that. But because we don't use it, it doesn't have to be as visible. But I would probably put a note outside of the cabinet, or when you fling open the cabinet, just to be reminded that there's actually corals in there, in case you guys look for it, and just to be reminded of what you have. It's also good to have and keep an inventory of things that you keep on certain nooks if you're not sure, if you're forgetful. So these are the things that are been going on in my mind, and I want to share with you. I know that you're not gonna take it seriously when I just say it, because you're always adamant about new ideas and thoughts and concepts. But in reality, these are really, really helpful because number one, it declutters not only your space but also your thoughts. You can think more clearly of what's important and what's not important. You can easily identify the priority list, which is more important and which is least important. And many things to come actually, because decluttering, I feel, and keeping things organized is a rediscovery of yourself. And the reason why, and everything that I do and think about are connected. I sent Mama a message when I said that I'm finally going to Canada. It's because, not only because I've aged and matured, but because I've learned that I don't hold on to material things anymore. That's also the benefit of being a minimalist. You don't hold value. Your material things don't hold water over you anymore. So I could go. Because there's nothing in here, except for family, of course, that would keep me. Because I've already felt possession over my car. I felt possession over my room, all my material things. Because the reason why you can't let go of something is because you lack the feeling that you own it. But because I feel like I've already owned the job, my career, I'm not as successful yet, and there's still a long way to go. But because I feel like I've owned all of these things, they're part of me as much as I am part of them. It allows me the opportunity to begin thinking that, yeah, okay, maybe it's about time that I could, venture into something else, a different career. So I hope that you're able to get something out of this blog and have a glimpse of what I think about on a regular basis. And it's not just because I want to be, a brat in keeping things organized or obsessive compulsive disorder. But there's science behind everything that I do whenever I keep things clutter-free and organized. So I hope that you will do the same.